Rilla of Ingleside by Lucy Maud Montgomery. Chapter 1. Glen Notes and Other Matters. It was a warm, golden, cloudy, lovable afternoon. In the big living-room at Ingleside, Susan Baker sat down with a certain grim satisfaction hovering about her like an aura. It was 4 o'clock, and Susan, who had been working incessantly since 6 that morning, felt that she had fairly earned an hour of repose and gossip. Susan just then was perfectly happy. Everything had gone almost uncannily well in the kitchen that day. Dr. Jekyll had not been Mr. Hyde, and so had not grated on her nerves. From where she sat she could see the pride of her heart, the bed of peonies of her own planting and culture, blooming as no other peony plot in Glen St. Mary ever did or could bloom, with peonies crimson, peonies silver-pink, peonies white as drifts of winter snow. Susan had on a new black silk blouse, quite as elaborate as anything Mrs. Marshall Elliott ever wore, and a white starched apron, trimmed with complicated crocheted lace fully 5 inches wide, not to mention insertion to match. Therefore Susan had all the comfortable consciousness of a well-dressed woman as she opened her copy of the Daily Enterprise and prepared to read the Glen Notes, which, as Miss Cornelia had just informed her, filled half a column of it, and mentioned almost everybody at Ingleside. There was a big black headline on the front page of the Enterprise, stating that some Archduke Ferdinand or other had been assassinated at a place bearing the weird name of Sarajevo. But Susan tarried not over uninteresting, immaterial stuff like that. She was in quest of something really vital. Oh, here it was. Jottings from Glen St. Mary. Susan settled down keenly, reading each one over aloud, to extract all possible gratification from it. Mrs. Blythe and her visitor Miss Cornelia, alias Mrs. Marshall Elliott, were chatting together near the open door that led to the veranda, through which a cool, delicious breeze was blowing, bringing whiffs of phantom perfume from the garden, and charming gay echoes from the vine-hung corner where Rilla and Miss Oliver and Walter were laughing and talking. Wherever Rilla Blythe was, there was laughter. There was another occupant of the living-room, curled up on a couch, who must not be overlooked, since he was a creature of marked individuality, and, moreover, had the distinction of being the only living thing whom Susan really hated. All cats are mysterious. But Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Doc for short, was trebly so. He was a cat of double personality, or else, as Susan vowed, he was possessed by the devil. To begin with, there had been something uncanny about the very dawn of his existence. 4 years previously, Rilla Blythe had had a treasured darling of a kitten, white as snow, with a saucy black tip to its tail, which she called Jack Frost. Susan disliked Jack Frost, though she could not or would not give any valid reason therefor. "Take my word for it, Mrs. Doctor dear," she was wont to say ominously, "that cat will come to no good." "But why do you think so, Mrs. Blythe?"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?